now we have the main actor, No Ordinary Man. Do you mind introducing yourself and telling everyone who you are?
Hello, thanks for having me. My name's Al-Shayei, and I play the role of Hamza.
Excellent. Excellent. So, what attracted you to the film? What was the first thing that made you think, I want to do this?
What attracted me to the film, actually, because I think going back, the film's about 6 years was in the making.
Wow.
And then Ray was changing the script and what have you. And then I met him briefly in 2016 in Cardiff, and someone introduced me to him and said, look, this guy's doing this film, and it's about an assassin and stuff like that. I said, yeah, cool, no problem, send me the script. He sent me the script, I liked it. But then I went to Morocco for 8 months filming for Channel 4 in a big feature film.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I didn't see... And in that time, Ray then moved to London.
Sure.
So I didn't see... We kept in, contact, but you know what, it's like things fade out.
Yeah, of course.
And then, obviously, then I got back, and then he's like, oh, I'm in London now. I was like, that's the best place to be. I said, let's do it. I said, send me the script. He said, I've changed it. He sent the script. He said, look, you have to do this. I want you to play Hamza. And then, yeah, there it was. Yeah, we managed to complete it.
Excellent. What was it like working with a first-time director?
What it was like working with a first-time director was good because Ray's vision, Ray had a good vision. He didn't rush anything, and I told him, don't rush it. I said, in this industry, there's one thing you can't do is rush. Sure. I said, that's timing will be planned for the right time for us to do it, and it all come together. But working with Ray as a first-time director, I think he knew the knowledge. He got a wicked knowledge of film and TV. So he knew what he wanted. He brought the best out of me. Yes, I'm an actor. Yes, I know my job. But I was always telling him after every take, are you happy or do you want another one for luck? I know what I'm doing, but what you see is different and what you want.
Sure.
So, yeah, from then we had a good chemistry on set, and I worked really well with him.
Excellent. What were your early influences? Like, what was the thing that made you think that I want to be an actor? This is the field I want to. This is my life. This is what I want to do. What was the first thing that kind of sparked that?
Well, the first thing what sparked me to be an actor was years ago. I had loads of energy, so I've been in this industry for 21 years.
Wow.
My first feature film was in '99, which came out December the 4th, 2000, called Mind Blowing, which was an ITV film. I played Jules as a street thug.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So, obviously, I'm educated as well. I went to college, I went to uni and stuff like that. But my heart was always in it.
Sure.
So, 2009, I auditioned for an online drama called Pizza Man, where I played a delivery driver in it. And then, obviously, the passion and the fire started building again.
Sure.
2010, then I moved to America for a year. I studied out in LA.
Oh, wow.
Come back, done workshops. And then from there, then just built up my CV, managed to get a decent agent, a manager and stuff like that. And I didn't stop.
So when you mentioned that you went to study film in America, I mean, a lot of people that don't understand acting, don't understand the film industry. I mean, what do you actually learn from an acting school? Some people just think you just go around and just pretend to be doing this and that every day. But I mean, obviously there's things about technique and stuff. I mean, what were the major things that you should go to film school for, or why it's not a waste of time?
Fantastic question. What you learn is when you go to drama school, it's got to be in you. So I tell people all the time, 50% it has to be in you.
Sure.
Of the character or who you are as a person. The personality, if someone says, well, so-and-so like, or what is she like?
Sure.
They take that then into the drama school and they learn the different techniques. And then they bring alive what's on the script with different techniques and different methods and stuff like that. But it all begins who you are.
Sure.
The confidence thing, if you're shy, the different characters you play. And once I think you know your craft, because I come from a background of theatre as well. So I've done National Theatre Wales 4 times. So I say to people a lot of times as well, if you can get on stage, do theatre.
Sure.
Because that's where you learn your craft. That's where it all started before technology and cameras come around.
Sure.
But to answer your question, it has to be from inside. You've got to have that desire, I'm Arab and in our culture, you got to be a doctor, a dentist or an engineer with the parents. I picked acting, so I could never quit. It wasn't forced on me. It was a passion I had. I was doing it in between. I listened to my parents. I'd done the studying part, but I was still doing the acting. And when the time was right, I was like, you know what? You know what you want in life.
Yeah.
The passion's inside. The fire was inside me. It was burning. I thought, I need to pursue this. And that's how you do it. Yeah. But yeah, it begins with you, who you are.
Excellent. So one of the making this short film, from what I understand, one of the big things that you did recently was a Netflix show called Mosul. What was it like working on something like that and then doing something that's a short film from a Netflix show? I mean, what were the biggest things that you took away from either of them?
The biggest thing I take away from things like that, before Mosul, I filmed Baghdad Central, which was a 6-part drama on Channel 4. Okay. So I played Omar Anar. He was a humble guy. He was a bodyguard and driver and minder for the lead actress. And then, that was after it. Playing in Mosul, that's obviously a high octane. Sure. So it's a war film. You know, is it my own language? You have military training. It was like everything. It was and then obviously then you have to narrow it down when it comes to the question you asked just then about the character. And then you have to completely strip from the beginning.
Sure.
And do your homework on stuff like that. I still do short films. I'm an artist. You give an artist paint and a paintbrush, he'll paint on any canvas you give him in the world. I'm an artist, so whether it's a short film or a feature film or a Hollywood film, if it's got strength in the script, if it's going to be filmed with an industry standard production, I'll do it. Because it's art. I see it like fitness. I'm from a boxing background. I used to box.
Excellent.
I'm a professional, yeah.
Sure.
I'm a professional boxing trainer, so I hold a license with a boxing board. I run a boxing gym as well, if I'm not filming. So I treat it like a professionalism. So like your fitness. If you're not fit, whatever sport you're in, you're on the bench. You're not starting on Saturday.
Yeah, that's right.
See, it's the same as acting. If you're not in front of camera constantly, your timing's going to be out.
Yeah, of course.
Your emotions are going to be coming in too quick.
Fall out of sync with the...
100%. You just hit the nail on the head. That's the word I'm looking for. You're out of sync.
Excellent. So, when you're working on something like Moza, as you mentioned, you had to go through the whole thing with the military training. Where did you film it? Because so for people that aren't familiar with the show, it is a show, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Mosul Mosul was the feature film on Netflix. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
My understanding of that was that it was based on the last, essentially the police force.
Yes, that's right.
In a big ISIS stronghold. Now, I mean, obviously that your family background is from that part of the world.
Yes.
I mean, was there like a lot of emotional attachment to be able to play that role from someone from home? Because it's a lot of stuff happening in that area. I mean, the lives in that town have changed a lot. You've got a lot of events that have happened over time. I mean, what was it like? Did you get to speak to anyone that was there at the time, or did you get any chance to speak to anyone to understand a bit more of what was going on with the mindset to be able to dealing with so many different things going on, where you're trying to hold down a city which is completely destroyed and you're trying to keep authority still going? I mean, what was it like trying to get into a character like that?
What was it like trying to get into a character like that was, obviously I watched the news and stuff like that, so I went in with 50% knowledge.
Sure.
Of what's happening, but then we had cultural advisors.
Oh wow!
Dialect,
okay,
yes, on the set.
Excellent.
Telling us this is how, because obviously we're a rogue police force who just turned into a SWAT team because we had enough. We've been fighting for 2 years. So all of us done our research on everything. And that's how you become into that character when you're doing a film like that.
Excellent.
And obviously being back home is the mother tongue.
Yeah.
I was born in Basra, but I moved to the UK when I was 3.
Sure.
So, you know, like Baghdad Central, for example, I was in that, Baghdad Central, so that was from Iraq. I was in Mosul, and that's another city from Iraq. So I represented my people and my country in film. Unfortunately, we can't represent them in sport because there's no sports. They don't they don't qualify for Olympics and stuff like that, which they do, but it's very rare.
Sure.
So I could represent my people now in film and TV, and in a way where we're portrayed as the heroes. Because obviously, looking at me and the languages I speak, I always played the terrorist or the bad guy or the villain.
Yeah.
So obviously, Baghdad Central come along. I played Omar, who's the humble bodyguard, and then Mosul come. I'm a rogue SWAT officer, where they used us to tell the world we're not all the same.
Sure.
They didn't use the Americans. They used Arab actors, Iraqi actors against each other to say, see, we're not all the same.
Yeah.
Their ideology and what they represent is forbidden.
Sure.
Well, they radicalise is forbidden. It's not what we all want. We just want exactly the same as you, freedom. We're risking life for life every day, just to feel like you guys.
I mean, that's an angle not many people explore. It's easier just to kind of brush under everyone's a terrorist in that area kind of thing. But like as you mentioned, it's a great way to actually open up people's eyes that are a little bit maybe ignorant to understand what's actually going
100%.
on. So where do you see yourself going? What's your ideal path? I mean, what's your next role? What would you like your next role to be to kind of build up on to what you've already built up so far?
My next role, I'm attached to 2 projects, one in Portugal and one in Morocco. 2 feature films. Obviously, they're NDA signed, so I can't disclose what they're for.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's one project, 2 big ones, one in Morocco again and one in Portugal. But last year, before the first lockdown, I was going to New Zealand for 4 months. I had a role in the Lord of the Rings TV series.
Oh, wow.
The Amazon one.
Yeah.
But obviously they scrapped it, and then whatever happened, they recasted everyone. And I was going back to Morocco for 9 months for a series called, what was called, now it's called City of Peace. I can't remember what it was called before. And again, because of the lockdown, Everything there they pulled. It's happening. Recently, I filmed 2 weeks ago with Tom Felton, Drago Malfoy, you know, the blonde kid off Harry Potter. I filmed with him, which was nice for the show reel. His scene was with me. I played Mr. Hopkins in a feature film for Sky Movies called Save the Cinema, which is based on a true story. We filmed out in West Wales.
Awesome.
So that's the recent job I done, yeah. And then obviously, just like anything, really, just waiting for the phone to ring.
Sure.
What auditions or whatever jobs are coming up. And go from there, but it's a shame with the theatres being closed, you know?
Yeah. I mean, with even, for instance, like one surprise with this film is you managed to do a film in COVID situation. I mean, how much more difficult was it having those restrictions in place? I mean, was there any factors that played into the new filming side that you had to do? Or was it a little bit like normal, but you just had to be a little bit more?
Yeah, you just had to be more careful, really. It was only like the bubble hold when you get there, as soon as you get on site.
Yep.
On location, COVID test, wait to make sure you was negative, and then obviously then you go back in your trailer. Yeah, it's exactly like in here. Masks, your sanitizer, and as long as you was negative, then while you was on set, it was 2 meter distance apart from the actors.
Sure.
And then you just carry on, just keep it all safe.
Excellent. So, is there any innovations in the industry that you see happening at the moment that really excite you? Is there any like techniques or filming style, any directors, producers, anything that's really catching your eye at the moment?
Yes, at the moment is all the streaming.
Sure.
All the streaming sites, because we had Netflix. What we got now? We got Netflix, we got Amazon Prime,
It's quite
we got Disney Plus, we got Apple TV, now you got Paramount Plus, HBO Max. This is more work for the actors.
Yeah.
So writers are going to write more.
Sure.
So it's going to be more work for us, whereas before you just had Netflix and then cinema and TV, and it was a massive queue. Whereas, you know, last time you got 25 people and you've got to take in consideration with the lockdown. Before lockdown, there was 20 Arabs I was competing against.
Sure.
Half of them was working, so I had more chance of getting a job. Now, there's 35 Arabs who ain't working.
Right.
So it's harder for us now to get picked because there's so many people auditioning, whereas before there was, we need this guy, sorry, he's filming. We need this guy, sorry, he's in theatre. Whereas now, because of lockdown and there's no filming, we're all sat in the house twiddling our thumbs. So when a casting comes through, there's 35 Alis and Abduls going to go for the same job. It's going to be hard for us. So yeah, in that respect, to answer that question, is all the streaming stuff, which I'm happy about.
Sure.
Because that's, again, is going to open, more opportunities, man. And obviously, they're looking at the Middle Eastern world, because for me, in my opinion, Hollywood's run out of stories to write.
Yeah, they've been recycled quite a few times now.
Yeah, so I think the majority of the thing now, I'm striking while iron's hot. So it's all like Baghdad Central, City of Peace, Mosul, this film, and Hurriya, and this and that. So, yeah, I just waiting, and then once they get green lighted, we go from there. But that's that's the most thing I'm excited about, and I think any actor, I think, will totally agree with what I'm saying.
Sure. Is any anywhere in world cinema that you're seeing something different happening, something new, or is there any? I mean, if you could add another language to your repertoire, is there somewhere in world cinema that you'd love to play act in the film?
In respect of any film, really, to be honest.
Sure.
Because you have to be diverse. Like, that's why my hair's, I got a hat on, but my hair's exactly the same as yours. It's long, it's down in the bob. I grow my beard. I give him make it easy for the director to pick me. So even if I'm not on set, you see I dress like I am.
You know, this is the look.
Yeah, it's stand out, don't stand in line. You have to be industrious.
Sure.
So I'll always keep myself where it's easy for the director to give me the job. So any role which comes up, so they can go, oh yeah, do you know what, actually?
He's a good fit for that.
Yeah, he fits that role. Because they know what they want. It's 90%. Look, I work with the Russo brothers. They produce Mosul. They're the Marvel boys, Channel 4 and people like that. And I ask them, they say 90% is how you look. Because that's what's on the script.
Sure.
Muslim man, stocky, menacing looking. You've ticked all that. So all you have to do is just deliver the lines like we want them.
Yeah,
You've got the role. You speak the mother tongue, and as soon as you speak the Arabic, it's strong. And we got strong eyes.
Sure.
So everything is told from us.
Sure.
From the face. Like, it's not on. Like, if I'm doing this, for example, you're not looking at my hands, but you know what I'm doing, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, watch when I go like that and close it there. One little slight move, you're going to follow me with your eyes.
Yeah, you focus more.
You focus more, so less is more on the screen. So it's how you portray yourself on set and off set. You got to give. So any film comes in, like this last film I done, I played Mr. Hopkins, and the one Mr. Roberts. So they're English names, which you wouldn't fit.
It's not just Ali.
Like, no, it's not just Ali and Mohammed or Hooker or Omar or this and all that. So you have to be diverse, and it's chopped on my show reel as well. So it shows you like Arabic, English, a teacher, Arabic, English, theatre, Sky, delivery man. You have to give them all that. Yes, I do look like what they portray, which makes it easier for them in that way. But then if you can, they do offer, go and take it. I say to people, go and take it. Yes, you will be typecast when you first start the industry, and whoever tries to tell me that ain't right, it is. Unless Daddy knows someone, I'll tell you straight. Unless you're Riz Ahmed, they won't dare ask him to play a role like that.
Sure.
Once you're established, then you can turn him down.
Sure.
It's like Sir Patrick Stewart told me, he came to watch us in a play in 2017 in Cardiff, and I said, Patrick, I'm typecast. He started laughing. He said, Thea, be typecast until you no longer have to. So be typecast.
Okay, fair enough.
Because there's going to be a day when you won't longer have to.
Sure.
So you them roles, they won't even ask you and you just turn them down, which I have.
Sure.
2015, there was limitations in a script. Yes, I'm an actor, but when I was reading what they wanted me to say, and this guy justifying his killings from Islam, holding someone's head, and really going thing, and then radicalizing youngsters to wear suicide bombs and all that, I was like, you know what, man, give it to next man.
Yeah.
I said, listen, I know I'm an actor, but see that, I said, it's different in our world. I'm a Muslim. It's very sensitive.
It is, yeah.
It's very sensitive. It's a sensitive subject, what you say and what you act. Yes, we're actors, but unfortunately, if I'm a Muslim, it limits my acting.
Sure.
There's a cap. You can do that. Oh, don't go there. Do not go there. As simple as that. I tell people that. I said there's a limitation. But again, my agents and managers, they won't ask me to play them roles.
Excellent.
Because when I've had meetings with them, it's all ticked there. He won't do that. He won't do that. He won't do that. So they won't ask me. Yeah, they have tried to pull the strings a bit for the series which came out recently called It's a Sin.
Okay.
The one which done really well, which is about the gay world and stuff like that. But it was full on. Okay. And they offered me a hefty fee. Big money to be in one of the episodes. But I said, unfortunately, I can't.
Sure.
But then, yeah, that's the way it goes, man.
So what the last two guys I interviewed, there's two separations in regards to where No Ordinary Man could potentially lead to. One person was indicating towards he'd prefer a feature film would be amazing, and another person said a TV series or broken down into several episodes, kind of expand on the lore and the world of No Ordinary Man. Where do you see it? I mean, where do you feel like the story could go?
Both. And the reason I say that, because people watch film, but people are mad for a series now.
Yeah, it's crazy now. Yeah.
People want series. Like Mosul, people said, let's go to the transition of when you become police officers, because it just shows you the police officers. The audience spend a day with us.
Sure.
Let's show the transition of how we turned 6 episodes, 3 episodes were police officers. The last 3 episodes, ISIS invade Mosul. Then you see the transition of us turn into the SWAT
team.
So for No Ordinary Man, you see Hamza. Because obviously Hamza, the character I play, he's confused with the spiritual side. His job and his life and his family. So he has to make a choice. There's a lot of choices psychologically and physically in his life. Hamza, when he the character I play. So in that respect, either one. And it's quick time. It's this technology stuff. People want to watch things quick.
Sure.
Where can I watch it?
And that's
where cinemas are just thing. It breaks my heart. The cinema world, what's happening to the cinema now.
Yeah.
So people want a quick fix. People want series. I binged it. You know, so it's like people love all these things. If you watch this, if you watch Gomorrah, if you watch Narcos, if you watch 000, have you watched all this? People want series, and it got a strength for a feature, and it got a strength for a series. Sure. Both. Some of it, I could tell you, I'd be honest with you, I'll be like, you know what? It fits a film. Just a film, I'll be honest. Or I'll say, you know what? It's just a series. It's not. Because it could be both.
Sure.
Because what the Hamza and all the characters in the film, what they can develop, their backstories, and where they can end up.
Sure.
You can go on and keep writing and writing and writing and writing. But in my opinion, strong film. But if I could, then obviously, it'd be a series, man.
You prefer it to be a series?
Series, yeah, because you want people to... They have the strong characters, so you want people to... You'll have a different dynamic of different audience members which you're going to target, like any film.
Sure.
And certain characters we love out of films. Like, I'll say to you, if you've seen so-and-so, I'll tell you who my best character was. Joe Pesci in Casino. Do you know who my favourite character was in Goodfellas? Was Henry Hill. Yeah. All brilliant, but we always pick that one.
Sure.
So in the series, as it gradually goes on, each character is going to have an effect on different audience members.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I like so-and-so. Nah, my man's ruthless, bro.
Yeah.
He's sick, bro. He's bad. Do you get me? Yeah. That's you want people talking. So, yeah, to answer the question, I think you got the strength for both.
Awesome. Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having
is there
me.
anything, obviously, you can't mention so much. Where can people find you? How can people follow you?
Yeah, people can find me on all social media, Instagram, Facebook and Twitter.
Excellent.
Thayer Al-Shayei, Therer Al-Shayei. That's Therer Al-Shayei.
Perfect.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.